What up, guys? So, I don't know how many we'll have on here, but so I kind of made this when's a good time to start Christmas lights, and so we're going to talk about when is a good time to start Christmas lights. And I have a freaking cricket in here. Can you hear that cricket as loud as it is?
Cicada or a cricket or something in there chirping. That's funny.
Gosh, dang, he is loud as crap in my ears here right now. I hope he's not as loud as everybody else. But anyway, if he is, I'll have to go cricket hunting, I guess. But so Mr. Donovan, he started his Christmas light. When was the first time you did Christmas lights? What was the first year you did that?
Third season.
This is your third season? And so how much have you, how much did you do your very first year?
I don't want to tell you. Like $9,000-$10,000, something like that. Maybe 15 or, I don't know. Something.
That was on the Fred pricing listing, though, wasn't it?
No, I always listen to you, but I got started in like halfway through November or something like that. Like, it was one of those things where Fred, and I think this is a common thing with new people, is they get excited like around Christmas time, and then they're like, I'm going to try this out next year.
Right.
So Fred was like, no. Just go get a few jobs, get them sold, get some product ordered, and just do a few this year so that you can learn, because, it's one thing to like watch a video on YouTube or something like that and see how it's done, and it's another to just go through the whole process or come to a training in person. Like, it's like a whole different experience. So I didn't have time to do training. I didn't have, I just watched a few videos. I was like, oh, this looks cool, I'll do it next year. So I came into it really late, and like I said, I didn't have any training or anything like that. So I just kind of scrambled and sold some jobs, and then called everybody I could to find materials and hung them up and took them down, and I was like, this is pretty cool. We'll go pretty serious next year.
So what did you end up doing last year then, 2019?
So our second year, which is really our first like real full year, we did, hey babe, how much did we do last year? We did 85,000. Yeah, so right at 85,000 last season.
So 85,000. So Christmas lights can be very profitable, and it's kind of talking, because I get this question a lot of, when can I start Christmas lights? Is it too late to start Christmas lights? Is it? No. I know people that have started, obviously, like you, the middle of November. I've known people that started November 12th, and then he took my class November 12th, had no marketing, no nothing, went, bought signs, and ended up doing almost $30,000 in 1 year. So anytime is a good time to start and do this.
Job on December 20th.
You do what now?
I said last year I hung up a job on December 20th.
Yes, and there is times. I've done it on the 23rd before, because they're only in for a certain time and then they're gone, and that's and that is it. And so Justin put, he's already got 10 jobs scheduled. So it is a great way to make money. It is a great way to be able to go out there and schedule this stuff and get it done. So reason why I got Donovan on here, I got a couple reasons why, but he wanted to come on here because we are hosting a class down in his hometown in Raleigh, North Carolina, correct?
Correct.
And it will be, it's the first day is pressure washing. The second day is going to be Christmas lights. The first day is more going to be pressure washing, gutter cleaning, all that good stuff. And then the second day will be all about Christmas lights. You can come to both trainings, or you can just do one. And so, with that said, this training is going to be probably like no other, because we are going to do a lot of stuff that a lot of other trainings don't get, that even I put on. For one, we're going to do lift training. A lot of people I know never ran a lift, or don't know how to run a lift properly and safely and all the other stuff. And we're going to go over all that information, how to get up on roofs, and how different tie-offs, not just one tie-off system, different tie-offs that we can use, and all that kind of stuff. So this class, you will get in detail of everything. And so a lot of people be like, well, is October too late to start? No, because when you're first starting out, unless you are starting AdWords right now, you're probably not going to start getting jobs. Your first year, you could get up by November, and you'll only really work November. Now, the bigger you get, then you got to push jobs in October. And, last year, Christmas Light Cincinnati did $500,000, and it basically was all of October, all of November, and about half of December to be able to get that much money up in one season, unless you have lots and lots of employees, which most people nowadays know that employees is next to daggone impossible to get and to be able to keep us going and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to go check this out, you can go check out christmaslightshelp.com/in-person training, and there we will do that. Lowe's has Christmas lights out this year, right now, and that is true. What I heard is Halloween has sucked for them so bad that they're just trying to get as much out that they can sell, and so that's why I heard they are putting out the Christmas lights. So Christmas lights is a good thing. Tell me, why do you like doing Christmas lights?
Well, this year is our third year, and we're aiming for $250,000. I mean, so having income during a time of year that sometimes is really slow is also is a real positive. But you get a lot of satisfaction of doing a Christmas light job, and with it being like a premium priced product, you can also give back in ways that you can't really give back with other services. And what I mean by that is, let's say, I offer gutter cleaning year round, and we make really good money doing gutter cleaning. But, it's a $100, $200 job, and to give somebody like, let's say, it happens, like if I find out one of my clients has cancer or something like that, in the month of October, we try to give away like 10 free gutter cleanings. We just try to help people where we can. And yeah, that's nice, but it's not as sexy as, hey, I realize your family's going through a hard time. We're going to give you a Hallmark Christmas. So, the Christmas light business, it really allows you to bless people and make an impact in their lives in a way that I haven't seen with just other home-based services. Like a plumber comes out and be like, hey, I'm going to unclog your toilet for free. I'm going to be like, okay, thank you. But, something happening and somebody just really deserves it. Like we have a few restaurants right now that have really hurt this year, right? And I have another company called the Great Raleigh Trolley that they don't know if they're going to be able to do Christmas light tours this year. But some of the owners of these small businesses, I'm going to go out to their house and I'm going to be like, hey, I know you're hurting this year. Last year you paid us to do lights. This year it's on us. We're going to reinstall them, and I'm going to bless those guys for supporting my business in a really tough time. And I mean, people will cry. Like, I mean, nobody's cried because I gave them a free gutter cleaning. So, and it's good for me, and then the ability to give back. And I think everybody who's a part of your channel knows that we're not talking about like the lights that you find at Home Depot. We're not talking about like the homeowner. Like we're talking like Hallmark Christmas is what we provide to our clients.
Yep, absolutely. And so this is something that, and a lot of times people say, what, you give away free stuff? Yes, absolutely. I give away free stuff. I give one free install. I used to give at least one free install a year away. And usually it had something to do with kids. It has something to do with all that kind of stuff. And the reason why I did that is because it made me money at the end of the day. I had customers that my very first year that I gave away, and it would come back every time. And so I'm going to answer this question real quick. I sent you an email back, Logan. I don't know if you got it or not, Logan Majors. I am having class tomorrow. I am going to have that class tomorrow, and it's going to be in Dayton. It's actually on the north side of Dayton. I can't do it Saturday or Sunday because I am booked up Saturday and Sunday of both those days. So I know you're pretty close to me, and so that's why you're asking me. But that's why I want to go ahead and just let that know, because I've seen that you gave me a super chat too, and so I want to make sure that you got your answer. But I did email you. It might not have went back for whatever reason. But, so Christmas lights is one of these things that, a lot of people think, well, what am I going to do in the wintertime? What am I going to do in the wintertime? And everybody thinks that, and here's the thing. Here is the beauty thing about Christmas lights. if you have other services that you offer, you're probably not going to upsell them the Christmas lights. But the Christmas light customer, they will buy gutter
Are
cleaning.
your
They will buy.
best customers.
They're the best customer. The lifetime value of a Christmas light customer is going to be 20, 30, 40,000 dollars at the end of the day. You know, the lifetime of a gutter
Oh yeah,
cleaning customer, you might get $2,000 out of them, out of everything.
yeah, a couple thousand. Yeah, a couple $1,000.
And so that's the beauty of Christmas lights, and that's the awesome thing of Christmas lights. So how did you get? So you did $85,000 last year. How did you get that kind of money out of Christmas, or what kind of marketing did you do for that?
I'm definitely going to answer. I want to talk about the class real quick
Okay.
because you and we're focused on Christmas lights because this is live, I believe, on your Christmas light camp. But the Saturday class is going to be, like you said, power washing and gutter cleaning, and then all day Sunday is going to be Christmas lights. So if folks look at it this way, if they come to specifically the Raleigh, North Carolina training, okay, they're going to get a full year the services and I just want to say cleaning real life. And I, you know, about here.
Yeah, you're kind of breaking up here. I don't know if we're losing signal or what. But what he's saying is that, you know, we are going to be doing pressure washing and Christmas lights, and this is an all year long business. This is a business that you can do for all year long. Make, you know, I know a guy that does it by himself in Nowhere, Indiana. Like I say, he does pressure washing and Christmas lights, and he's doing he did $150,000 last year. And so it is very well that you can do that. And he pocketed right around, it was a little over I think it was like $115,000 in his pocket. And so, you know, this is real money. This isn't just, oh, this is a hobby. This is, I hate my job, or I got laid off because of Rona, or I don't want to be that 9 to 5 job. I want to work outside. And so this is something that you can do, and it is going to teach you how to do that. I have grown.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, when we're talking about gutter cleaning, we're talking two-man crew and $300,000 a year through a two-man crew. And for you on the power washing side of things, you're targeting $300 an hour power washing. For the Christmas lights, like I said, my second year, which was my first real season, we did 85 in a 6-week time period. And to answer the question that you asked me, you know, for my marketing, I did some posts on Facebook, I did yard signs, and I did Google Ads. I mean, I think we're going to go in depth to that on the class, and you guys are more reach out to me or reach out to Jay. I think nobody else like Jay. Okay, so
You're kind of breaking up again.
now we want people to sign up, but we don't want like 50, 100 people to come to this class. We're trying to keep it like so that when you come, you're going to get some real personal like attention. And if you need help with marketing, we're going to spend a lot of time on marketing. If you want to focus on power washing or gutter clean, whatever you want to focus on, we're trying to keep the class small enough that we can help the people who are there.
Yep.
Now, learn all this for free. Both I and Jason have it on YouTube. You can learn it all for fun too. But you know, like I said, Facebook. You make some posts to your Facebook page and share them in local groups. It's nothing different like your other services. Yard signs, simple yard signs, Christmas light installer. You know, your phone number. That'll get you business. And then you think with Nextdoor, if you make some posts and you can get some business on Nextdoor. Google that. That's where you can spend a lot of money or you can make a lot of money. So my advice is if you're not really good at Google Ads, pay somebody to do it. I personally pay somebody to do it. I don't get in there and mess around because somebody who knows what they're doing can do all like, do 1,000 negative keywords and do all the good keywords and run multiple campaigns, and they're going to get your costs down to as low as it can be with the best conversion. All that just confuses me. So if you're not good at Google Ads, just pay somebody to do it. Yeah, that's what we did, and that's what we're doing right now, and we're booking up a lot of new work right now.
And so, where's the link? The link is right here, christmaslightshelp.com/in-person training. I think it is on the website also, if not, or on the under the description. It will take you to a page that has all the training dates. You can scroll down to the bottom of the page. I'm going to go to that page here real quick so that way you can actually see it here. You scroll down to that page and you can see here where it says Raleigh. If you want to just do the pressure washing, you can click it. If you want to just do Christmas lights, you can click it. If you want to do Christmas lights and pressure washing, it's right here. And if you have 2 people for Christmas lights, it is a little bit of a discount. I may do a little bit of a discount on both days. I just didn't want like 5 different things here. So again, you'll just have to scroll down to the bottom because that is my last training of the year. And so that way you can get that. And it's right there at, you can either go to kingofpressurewash.com/training dates or just click on pressurewashhelp.com/in-person training. It'll take you to this same page right here. So that right there is what it is. But it is going to be a good class. It is going to be a class that, like I say, we are going to go way in depth on the safety side of things. We're going to go in depth on the side of lift training. A lot of times people don't know how to run lifts. People have never been on a lift. And so Donovan's going to have a lift there that we'll be able to get in, use it, go up in it. You can see, some people be like, go ahead.
I said, you're going to be able to take some selfies. It'll be fun.
You can take some selfies. Some people think that we can, I teach how we can do Christmas lights from the ground, mostly of trees. There is some people that want to use a lift, and at the end of the day, it just takes a lot much longer. Logan, it's on there also, the Dayton class, so if you want to go there and check that out, it is going to start around 10:30, that class tomorrow. So even if you get there after your job, I can kind of hang out because I'm going to get a lot of video tomorrow, and I can get video before you get there if I know you're coming. The Raleigh class is really a class that it is going to be a lot of hands-on. All my classes are hands-on because I want to make sure we have a nice house that's a 1-story, so that way we don't have to worry about, you can get up there without falling too far. We don't want you to fall. Obviously, we're going to do some ladder safety. We're going to do all the, the ladder training and all that kind of stuff. So, it is something that it will be a good class, and it's something that you will learn a lot. And like I say, this is something that you can definitely you will learn so much that your head will be ready to spin, basically.
Oh yeah.
And so
and you'll be ready to roll like right into installing lights. So
yes.
The way that I timed it is literally, then I'm going to be installing lights for the rest of the year. Can you hear me?
Now I can. You kind of died out there on me.
I died out a little bit. Okay. What I was going to say is with the Raleigh class on October 18th, you're going to be able to start hanging lights immediately. So after this class, that's how I'm timing it. On the 18th, we're going to do some dollar job. They actually do roof. We're going to do pavilion. We're going to do some really cool designs out there. And like I said, it's a $15,000 job, so you guys will be able to see exactly what that is. And you can go home and just...
Yeah, you died on me again. So what he's saying is you will get to do a $15,000 job that he bid, that you will get to see what a $15,000 job looks like. That way, it's not just all Jason saying this, all it's just Donovan saying this. No, this will be a $15,000 job that you get to help put lights on trees. And, you're not going to be fast at lights on trees, but you know how you get fast lights on trees? by doing it. You have to go out there and do it. And so, it's not something that's just going to happen like that. And the next thing you know, you're up and you're ready to go. It's just, it's not going to happen like that. So, you have to, it takes time. And by the time this training is over, you will at least get 1 or 2 trees that you will get to do it yourself. And so that is the thing that will help you do your stuff at the end of the day. And again, this is not something that, it takes some time to be able to get everything done. And it is something that you will be able to, at the end of the day, you will be ready to rock and roll and ready to go out there and kill it. And that is our goal at the end of the day. Our goal is to make sure that you can have trees that look beautiful. You can have some awesome looking houses. You can see right here the house. That's all cool. You can see that's a Christmas light one. Here's another house that we did. I gotta move myself down here because I was on that. And so I hope that noodle was good. And so these are some things that you will learn at when we're cleaning. This here is a $6,000 job. This is something that it took us about 4 hours to do, and it is something that you can make a lot of money. And that is a thing that we want to teach you. We want to make sure that you're good at what what you're doing at the end of the day. And that way, when you're done, you are ready to go out there. And if you do the Christmas lights and pressure washing class, you will be able to know how to be in business for a whole year and, make good money. Even if you're just by yourself, you can go out there and kill it. And again, I know a lot of people say, well, when can I start? When is too late? It's too late for me to start Christmas lights. No, it is not too late for you to start Christmas lights. Like I say, my first year doing Christmas lights, I got training it was like middle of October. And, I was trying to get leads. I was buying leads and leads wasn't coming in. And I didn't start installing until about November 1st, November 2nd. It's because, when you're first starting out, you got a lot of stuff that you go out there and do. Now, if you're planning on doing Christmas lights, you can start doing stuff. You can start getting that Google, you start growing your Google My Business stuff and getting all that ready and everything along that way. And, you can go buy signs, because here's the thing. Even though we get the phone ringing now, doesn't mean that we got to go put them up now. We might put them off till November and say, because some people don't want them up now. In fact, with the leaves on, it's a pain in the neck to get them on and make them look right a lot of times with the leaves on, because you can't see what you got at the end of the day. And when you first start out, what pictures do you show potential customers if they ask examples? So I will have some in my my Christmas light course. I have some free photos like this one here that you will be able to use. And if you come to the class, I will make sure that you get photos also, so that way you can use photos.
Hey, Jason.
Hold on, let me get you back up here since you died on me before and had a noodle sticking out of your face. All right, go ahead.
I was eating some spaghetti. See people to me. Anybody who let me know, because I know you have a million people, but I set aside 1 to 2 hours each evening. I got people on Facebook. So if you guys buy a ticket you're serious about this, well, things rocking and rolling. And I'm my open book, okay? You can call me. Like I said, 1 to 2 hours every evening to talk to people. But it gets to a point prioritize time to people who are seriously. So anybody who signs up for this class, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you all the way up till the beginning of the class, so that you know and what you.
Yep. Exactly. And so that's something that we can definitely do. And at the end of the day, Christmas lights is a lot of fun. It really is. And it's not something that, I'm going to try to start putting more videos out. So if you can't make it, that, I have a whole channel full of videos that you can go back through, and you could probably, I know you can, I've had people do it. You can start your own business doing it that way. If you want to be going through the school of hard knocks knocks and trying it that way, that's fine. You can do that. I'm not either which way you want to do it. I want to make it easy for you at the end of the day. I want it to be, here's the thing. You can either learn by the School of Hard Knocks, or you can go out there and pay for training, and you'll learn a lot quicker. Because here's what I teach in my school. I teach all the things that I've done wrong. I've seen things wrong, and that's what I do. And so that is definitely what I do. So, but again, I don't know if you're frozen again, but it is a lot of fun. It is going to be even better with a lift. We'll be able to, because I know a lot of times people always ask me, I don't know how to run a lift, or do I need to rent a lift? And so I'll be able to show you instances that we need a lift for. The reason why he's renting a lift that weekend, because he needs a lift that weekend. And so these are some reasons why we will rent a lift. Do we need to rent a lift every time? No, we don't need to rent a lift. In fact, very few times a year that I rent a lift. A lot of times it's either on a church. The times that I remember was on a church that I had to get all the way up to the top of the cross, and there was no other way of getting up there, and it was a 50-foot lift straight up, and that's what I had to do to get the cross up there. So because they wanted a lit cross up there, so that's what I had to do. And so, we're not going to get a lift all the time, because lifts are expensive, and lifts are, and it takes out of our profit at the end of the day. Now, do we charge for lifts? Absolutely, I'm going to charge for lifts. So, that is for sure something that I'm going to do at the end of the day. So, lifts are good, but that is something. On average, how many weeks do you rent out your lights and equipment? And so I usually, on average, last year it started in October, and we took them down in January. So it's not about how much it is. It's about, at the end of the day, it's not like, well, you rented them for 14 days, so you're going to get charged this much. That ain't how we do it. It's by the foot. It's by the service. We're way better off selling and renting the service, or not even renting, selling the service versus renting, leasing. Because if I rent or lease, then I could charge you for anything that breaks. And where I sell it as a service, I'm going to go fix it if it breaks. If a bulb goes out, and yes, I've driven an hour to fix one little bulb, and it sucks, but it was a happy customer, and they gave me a 5-star review. And guess what? That's my goal is to make them happy enough to give me a 5-star review. Because if they give me 5-star reviews, then I can grow even bigger, and it's going to help me out in the long run. Training is cheaper than School of Hard Knocks, and that is 100% true. If I can cut your time down, and I know Donovan, he's really good at speed. If we can cut your time down from instead of a 3 or 4 hour install down to an hour and a half, 2 hour install, maybe even less, then how much more is that worth? So, and you say, well, let's see. If it took you 4 hours to install, and we can teach you to do it in an hour and a half to 2 hours, you could do 2 jobs for what you were doing one. So now you can do, instead of doing 2 jobs a day, you can do 3 or 4 jobs a day, maybe even 5 jobs a day. I've done 5, 6 jobs a day. As long as they're within, pretty close to each other, it's not that hard. And our average job is $1,400. Actually, last year was $1,800 per job. Average job, $1,800. So if you think $650 or $1,000 is expensive to come to this 2-day event, then, you take your time. It's going to take, like I say, it will take you 3 to 4 hours just because you don't know the processes, you don't know the steps, and you don't get to know what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong at the end of the day. Donovan teaches a little bit different than I do of the way he does his installs, and that's the good thing about this class, because we're going to get to see both sides of how we do it. He likes to put his clips on the night before. I do it on the job. I don't like doing things twice. I roll out once. That he likes doing it that way because he can do it faster, in the end he thinks that way. So it just depends on how you want to do it, and we'll do it both ways, because that's the joy of this class, is we can show both ways, and you can pick how you want to do it. He had one of the clips on there called a tough clip or a best clip. I use the Omni clip. Why? It's just what I always used it, and I liked it because I can do different things with it. He likes it because it stays on there. both have advantages. One costs more than the other. One costs twice as much. So, there's ifs and ands and everything. And the good thing about this class is you're going to get to see all of it. In both any of my classes, I teach both ways, just because I know some people like the best clip, and I'm not against the best clip or the tough clip, because if you live up north, it's actually a better clip, so that way when they go flying off, you don't have to worry about going and finding them in snow, because guess what? Those clips that he has, you're not going to find them in snow. None of these clips, you're not going to find them in snow. You can watch the sucker land, and you will not see that sucker in snow, because it's clear plastic.
That client will be calling you angry in the springtime because there's 37 clips all over their, $100,000 landscaping.
Yeah, and they choked their dog. That's the one that got me. My dog almost choked and died because of your clip. So,
yep.
You get both joints. Sorry, I'm taking a lot because you're kind of cutting in and out, so that's why I've been talking.
I'm in and out. I get it.
So, that is the joy of this class. That is what is good about this class is you're going to get taught both ways. Like I say, I've actually kind of went to that other clip. I teach it both ways now. Because like I say, when you're pulling down, it makes a big difference of keeping that clip on that light versus they can fly off. The thing that I don't like about them is trying to store lights with clips on them, because when you go to pull them out, they want to tangle no matter what you do. And so that is an issue, and so it's, do you fight with them now, fight with them later? It's all in what you want to do and how, and at the end of the day of that kind of stuff. So it is a good class. You will learn lots. I guarantee you will learn lots. There is so much that you will learn that you will be like, what am I going to do? I can't remember all this stuff. And you know what? I had guys my last class, they were videotaping me, and I'm fine with that. As long as you don't go out selling it to everybody else. If you want to videotape me so you can remember, I'm good with that. And in fact, your class, I might even hire some videographers to get training videos out of it, And so that is what, at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. Do you upsell to companies or keep same rates at dealership, restaurants, etc.? Usually it's going to be about the same rate. We're $6 to $8 a foot. We might discount a little bit, but and I always thought $8 a foot, there's no way you can get $8 a foot. Let me tell you something. Good old Cincinnati, Ohio, it's probably the lowest cost of living of anywhere across the country. It is not a very rich. Everywhere else, the cost of living is going to be way higher than Cincinnati. And last year, we were getting $8 a foot on almost 90% of our jobs. So you can get $8 a foot. Now, if you don't think you can, charge $8 a foot, discount down from there, and guess what? You're still going to make. If you go and you charge $8 a foot and you discount 20%, you're still over $6 a foot. So, maybe this is one way to do it. Put it out there at $8 a foot. If they don't bite on it, then discount down a week later, 2 weeks later. Guess what? If they come at 10%, then you can discount down another 10%, and you're still over your 6%. If you start at $6 and you try to discount down, now, and it comes down to this, guys. It really does come down to this. You can either go out there and do 100 jobs. Let's just say 100 jobs. We're going to make math easy. 100 jobs. And our average cost was $1,800. But if you go out there and you only got your average cost of $1,500 or $1,400 because you're cheaper, guess what? It's going to take you a lot longer to make as much money as I am. And I got to do less jobs, and I got to do less installing, because a lot of times people are like, well, to get my minimum up there, I got to do the lights, I got to do the reefs, I got to add all these trees and bushes that I'm doing for next to nothing. And guess what? Yes, the place looks amazing, but you'll have more money and material and you won't be profitable at the end of the day. And that is my goal. I want you to be profitable. Donovan wants you to be profitable. If you're profitable, you'll be able to keep moving on. You know how many people give me phone calls after the season to take down their lights? A lot. You know why? Because that person didn't charge enough, and he could care less about those lights. He ain't never doing lights again. When I first started, a landscaper was like, that's stupid. Nobody wants to pay any money for that. You're right. They don't want to pay for it. A lot of people don't want to pay for it, but there's about 20 to 30% of the people out there that will pay for it. And guess what? When we get that 20 to 30%, that means more money in our pocket and less work that we have to do of going out there for the door knockers. How many seasons do your lights last until you have to replace inventory with new ones? Your C9s, they'll last. I've got some 5-6 years old and still using them just fine. Have lost very few. The minis, on the other hand, if you live in an area with a lot of rain, a lot of ice, that kind of thing, they'll last. The newer ones are getting better because they're more sealed and they're more better, but they'll last usually about 2 to 3 years is what you'll get out of them, because them, you start pulling on them, dogs chewing on them, rabbits chewing on them, squirrels chewing on them, and that's stuff that you just can't you just can't have. And at the end of the day, it just happens. And so it's one of those things that it will happen, and they go bye-bye. Some trees, when they're way up high, you're really pulling on them to get them out, and it's electric. They don't like pulling on. It's electric with 2 cords going into a little bulb that's been soldered or something in there, and that's what'll happen. Do you take deposits? I take deposits. And Donovan said he does too, and it is so we do 50%, and so 50% up front, and then I do 50% the day after I install. So that way it gives them time to come in and check out to make sure they're good, and then bam, they get charged. So that is definitely. Do you charge to replace, or does it come with the service? Again, we sell a service to keep you light. Our service is within 24 hours, or you can do next business day, we will come and fix whatever needs fixing. And so that is on us. Many kind of mini lights are you using? I'm actually using the ones at christmaslights.io. If you go there, you can check out my website that I just got done, that I've spent a boatload of time on. And it did take me quite a bit of time to get it done. So I did set it up for that. But again, you can go check out pressurewashhelp.com/in-person training, and that is where the training is going to be at. But again, in this course, you will learn about pressure washing, and you will learn about gutter cleaning. Donovan has done you can do $300,000 with a 2-man crew, correct? 300,000 with a 2-man crew. And how much do you have? Hopefully you won't cut out that bad on me. How much do you usually have in overhead for that?
Less than 24%.
Less than 75% is going to your pocket, pretty much. So. And then how much in marketing do you have? Is that part of the 24, or is that labor? 0 marketing. You have yard signs.
My guys never put them out. I wish I would. I wish I would have more money in marketing.
And so marketing is key for that, for sure.
5%. 5% for marketing.
5% for marketing.
I try to keep it 5% or less.
For marketing. I always try to keep my rule of thumb is 10% for marketing, because if you're not investing in your business, that's kind of investing in your business at that point.
That's because you got I'm stingy.
No, that's because you want to keep your business growing and healthy, and that's why you want to keep putting money back into your business. And so that is how you grow a business to really big. And so marketing is very important. And so I will teach the way, I grew my business to $1 million. I will teach that on Friday, or I'm sorry, on Saturday. In the pressure washing, we're going to go over the gutter cleaning side of things. We'll be actually in the field spraying water. We will be in the field digging out gutters, so you can see kind of the secrets of getting around the house and quickly. Safety up on the roof, all that kind of thing. And then Sunday will be Christmas lights. It'll be about, so on pressure washing, I got about a 3 hour slide thing that I go through. On Christmas lights, it's about 2 hours right now. It's probably going to get bigger because I'm going to put more marketing stuff in there. But I go over everything for marketing. I go over everything for bidding because that's huge in Christmas lights. I go over follow up, and I will go over Google My Business. I go pretty deep in Google My Business because Google My Business is a good way to get business, and it's a free way. It just takes time to get it up and done. And so I will go over all those three things. And then the other thing is I'll go over all the tools we need. It's not a lot of tools at the end of the day. And then we will go out, we will hang lights. We'll show 2 different methods of hanging them. And then you can actually put them up, pull them down. And then we'll be at a tree place where the HOA, will be able to put up a bunch of the lights that are actually going to be installed. So you'll be able to put down making our own extension cords, all that kind of thing. And then we're also going to go over lift training. Lift training, that right there is worth a lot in itself. Just being able to know what you're doing with a lift. If you don't know what you're doing with a lift, you can get hurt. I've seen people get hurt. It's not funny. It's very dangerous if we're not careful. Any last words?
Time on roof training.
Oh yeah, roof training. Roof training. We will go over a lot on roof training. We'll do a lot on roof training both days because of the gutter cleaning and pressure washing. And then we will go over roof training on Christmas lights because that is something that we have to be careful in safety. We will show you what not to do because Donovan just did it the other day and that kind of stuff of taking photos with you up on a roof with no harness. That's a big no. Or the ladder that's looking like this. And so we'll teach you all the ladder safety stuff to do. And we'll teach you what not to do. And I will have to show somebody up here what not to do so that way if somebody gets hurt, the last thing you want to be able to do is them to go find that stuff and say, well, you never taught this. And it don't matter if you have a manual about what you're teaching. And if you have a safety manual that says this and you do this, well, you might as well just throw that safety manual right out the door because when OSHA comes in and you got somebody hurt, that manual that you bought and you're not following those guidelines, you're screwed at the end of the day at that point. So they will hammer you when you're done. And that's not what we want. We don't want to be put out of business. We want to be able to keep moving forward. We want to keep growing your business. So there's 2 different business models that you can do. You can do the business model of, hey, I want to grow to be the biggest, baddest mofo in the area and have 10 trucks. And you'll probably be just as profitable as the guy with 1 truck, maybe 1 or 2 helpers, and he's going to be a lot more profitable at the end of the day. So there's 2 different business models. The big one, if you want looking to sell it later on, that's the way to do it. If you just want to be a little guy and just make $150,000 yourself and do that, you can do that too. Now, is that a business you're going to be able to sell at the end? Probably not, because nobody wants that business at the end. Because if you're not there, the business isn't there. So that's why people don't want that. Now, is your customer list worth something? Sure it is, but it's not going to be worth that much at the end of the day. But definitely go check this site out, christmaslightshelp.com/in-person and sign up there. I don't know what our cutoff's going to be. We haven't decided that. Being that normally my cutoff is 10 people, just so that way I can get a lot of hands-on with everybody. This one is probably going to be a little bit more than that, just because I got Donovan here and he is he's able to help teach this too. So I'm gonna let it grow, be a little bit more for that reason there. And Raleigh, North Carolina in October, I'm sure is nice and warm at this time. In around here, we don't know what we might get. So that time of year when I got married, we got married in October, and we flew out, and we flew out in shorts and came back in sweatshirts and pants and into snow. So you never know around here. You're not going to get snow in Raleigh. So Raleigh is a beautiful place, and so that is definitely something that you will want to check out. Last words, and try not to cut out on me.
I'll do my best. Um, if you're thinking about doing Christmas lights, get some professional training. It doesn't have to be Raleigh, North Carolina. It can be, Jason, I believe, has 2 other dates before October 17th. Like, get some training. Every year, I just started, but every year I have a landscape company, or usually 2 or 3, that contact me halfway through the year and said, I got half the lights up on this house. I need you to finish. Or I get customers, I'm telling you, I get companies every year that contact me, and customers every year that contact me and say, this wasn't done right, they didn't come back out, or I can't do this, I don't know how, can you save my neck? I'll give you my materials, I'll give you the customer. I don't ever want to do this again. And it's not because they're bad people or couldn't do it, they just didn't know how, and they got in over their head. So save yourself some headache, do it the right way. Your first year, I'm going to be honest with you. I know Jason has taught people that have had a lot of success their first year. My first year, my goal was to learn. I didn't want to lose money, and I wanted to learn how to do it so I could get really big year 2 and 3. And for me, that was what I needed. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't know how to safely work from the roof. And to your point, I did have a harness. I always have a harness anytime I'm stepping on the roof. You just couldn't see it in the video. So safely work from the roof, do it quickly, have professional materials. I know my first year, I didn't know. I bought all my mini lights from Home Depot, and oh my gosh, I was ready to quit. I was ready to quit. I was going out there every couple of days, replacing lights, ripping them out of trees, and because I didn't know where to get materials. I didn't know how to install it so that it wouldn't short out. I figured it out, but I tell you, I didn't make any money. I didn't make any money my first year, and that's because I just winged it. Okay, get some professional training and set yourself up for some success. At very least, Jason, I think you have an ongoing course. If you can't make it to the in-person training, you got something that's like $50 a month or something like that people could go and have access to.
All my training is at christmaslightshelp.com/training. I got everything. All my videos are in there. I got all my marketing videos in there. The marketing videos alone is worth who knows how much. So.
Oh yeah. Are you going to go over next door at all?
I do a little bit, but I don't go in depth on it.
I'm going to cut out some time. 40% of my leads come off next door. So it might be real good for some people. So you're going to get a lot that you can apply year round, not just, and again, I mean, I'm the course that we're going to put together over 2 days. You could start a brand new city and keep somebody busy, keep a truck busy year round, and do $200,000-$300,000 year 1 in a brand new area. That's everything that you're going to learn from this class. So don't miss it.
Exactly. So definitely don't check it out. Go check it out. christmaslightshelp.com/in-person training. It'll be fun. I mean, it's going to be 2 days of us. I'm kind of excited, so that way I got Donovan to help teach, so I don't have to do it all. It's kind of hard on me for 2 days worth of training by myself. I was in Cleveland a couple weeks ago, and I was dying by the time I was done. So I'm excited that I'll have some help to do it. But it is a lot of fun. This class, like I said, we got some really good trees that we're going to do the Christmas lights on. So that's going to be really helpful and all that kind of thing.
We're going to do 8 different styles of lights, not just 8 different trees, 8 different styles. So you can see what you like doing.
Yeah, there's some you're not going to like doing. I promise you're not going to like doing some of them. And you know what you do with that? You don't sell that crap. That's how you get away from that. Don't
do it. Yep.
So you just be like, why would you want to do that? You want to do it this way because this looks just as good. So, all right, guys, we're going to jump off here. Definitely go check out christmaslightshelp.com/in-person training. Mr. Dan is on here. Dan's vlog is on here right now. He took my class. It's not really Dan's vlog. Powerhouse Power Washing. He took my course, the both of them, and learned tons. So go check out that information. See y'all later. Hang on, I want to end this.